The big problem New York City and New York State has is that our #1 industry is the financial sector, and our delegation, and I think a big part of Congress, both sides of the aisle and both ends of Pennsylvania Avenue, have forgotten that the economic engine for this country is finance. Nothing else works without it, and they, in the interest of this populace, let's go after the bankers. Why? Because there's something wrong, and something like credit derivative swaps doesn't sound good. I don't know what it is, but credit derivative swaps don't have that touchy-feely kind of name for them. So let's go after bankers because elected officials don't like it when you go after them, and they've got to deflect the public anger. And that's come out to something that is potentially very damaging for this country, not just for New York City and the financial industry, but for all commerce in the United States. If you want to create jobs, you have to have banks willing to loan. Immigration policy, we educate the best and the brightest, and then we don't give them a green card. We want people to create jobs, but we won't let entrepreneurs from around the world come here. And if you just those two things, what money tends to do when it goes to governments, they ratchet up their spending. They don't use it to replace, and they don't use it in the ways where once it's gone, the expense goes. So New York State, for example, takes money. The city does some as well. We ratchet up our expenses. Next year, stimulus money is not going to be there, but our expenses will continue because anything we do.
My first presentation was extremely technical to them, and one of the partners at Sequoia, Doug Leone, said, "I'm listening to this, and my ears, they're lying on the effing floor." And I thought that was good. But then he said, "But my wallet is right up my ass."
This one. Sequoia is also an investor in Fund, my company. And what I can say about Sequoia, as famous as they are and as great as they are, that they have sort of the panspermia theory of investing, and they invest in you, your competitor, and everyone else in the field. And even though I like them and they've been nice to us, I prefer other type of VCs like Index Ventures, who are more like agriculturalists, and they see you as their only tree, and they're watering you every day, and they want fruits from you, and they want, So regarding this issue of disruption and large companies, it's interesting because when we started Fund, which is now the largest Wi-Fi network in the world, the company that I run, we started against the telecom operators. We're going to build a free Wi-Fi network, Wi-Fi by the people. Everybody will buy a little router like this and send Wi-Fi signals. And frankly, I mean, we failed in our original strategy. And we sold a couple of 100,000 routers that way. But instead, this year we sold maybe 1.1 million routers so far like these, working with the people who we were supposed to be against. Okay, so we learn to cooperate rather than fight. I sold pizza, we love pizza, but I don't sell pizza, I sell Wi-Fi, and I love Wi-Fi. And when these iPads are not connected, they're dead, right? And if you didn't get this key, or if you broke your own iPad, and you didn't get, the one they give out here, you have a dead iPad, and you're, what's the key, what's the password? And if you don't have the password, you feel isolated and lonely, and that's how I feel when I don't have Wi-Fi. And so the idea is, how do you get a disruptive idea? Well, I was in Paris actually with one device ahead of before the iPad with a laptop, and everybody had their Wi-Fi locked. And I would look for Wi-Fi networks, and they were locked and locked and locked, and Jean-François had it locked, and Jean-Paul had it locked, and everybody had it locked. And I was like, please open your Wi-Fi for me, right? And I thought, well, what could I do to make them open their Wi-Fi? And then I thought, well, maybe when they come to Madrid, where I live, if I open my Wi-Fi for them, they would open their Wi-Fi for me. And that was the whole idea of Fund. You share a little Wi-Fi at home, you roam the world for free. You would say,
what makes cities being small? So I want to get your viewpoint of what do you think governments can do to be smarter about everything and not just technologies?
Well, I think
I'll follow your example.
I think leadership has to do with demonstrating to the people you work with that A, you support them, B, you want them to grow in their positions,
I think
and C,
Leadership is
most
the ability
importantly,
to make your
that
followers
you're
do
not
what.
asking them to do something that you can't do yourself. Never ask the impossible.
Where will the next billion users of the internet, the next billion connected users come from? They will not come from PC land. They will not be on PCs. And most of them will be in Asia, most of them will be in emerging markets. And so we have Windows OS. It is still a pretty stable business right now, but we're going to lose it if we don't do something radical. So our concept, a free cloud-based OS. There's a company out there called Jolly Cloud. That's one example of a free cloud-based OS right now. It exists right now. We can either buy or build whatever we want to do. It's a cloud-based operating system. There's nothing local to it. Everything's in the cloud. It's connected to the cloud. It is free. However, there's a key that you can pay for that unlocks the enterprise connectivity and the office connectivity of our OS, which means that only we can do that. Google has no install base of people who use Office. We can do that because we have Windows and we have Office. So we can use our leverage of owning Office and the $10+ billion business there to, yes, offer a free cloud-based OS. Who do we offer to? Every maker in Asia, China, Taiwan. We offer them, put them in Brooklyn, New York, to Shanghai, to Xi'an, and put them in small teams where they will only communicate with us once or twice a year and make them very entrepreneurial. And in terms of purchasing companies, we have a list of companies to buy. First and foremost, probably buy Adobe, to have the Flash platform, an open gaming platform. A lot of stuff we can do, cannibalize ourselves, but go with something that actually is going to be the key to opening up this market and making tablets and mobile real computing devices. Thank you.